Rust. Where can I start? The beautiful landscapes, immaculate buildings, intense PvP, and toxic players. Just breathe it in. Well, maybe not the toxic stuff. Rust was first released on the 11th of December 2013. I purchased the game in early 2014, so I'd like to think that with my concurrent 1400 hours, I can write a genuine review on the game. Rust was developed by Facepunch Studios, the same who brought us Garry's Mod, and boy, was I a Garry's Mod fan before Rust, which might make you want to think that I'm biased. And if so, that's in your own opinion. I will be grading my scores on visuals, gameplay, ability to adapt, community, success, and uniqueness. So buckle up and get ready to indulge in some low quality content. Visuals. Visually, in one of Facepunch's latest updates, has drastically changed the aesthetics of the game. From bland trees from the Unity store, to extravagant forests. Detail to the last edible mushroom, and no, they aren't funky mushrooms. I still wouldn't trust them though. Even though your character is nowhere editable, as it is, what a word. Even though your character is nowhere editable, as it is tied to your Steam ID, you can end up with some funky characters. For example, I'm a strong independent black woman with the face of a chimpanzee that never shaves her ginger flavored forest. Yeah, that's right, I just said that. The icons and art style of Rust is unique, as it gives a sense of a cartoony feel but still realistic. I love it. Gameplay. Rust.exe is not responding. The team have twice said that they have fixed this issue, of which they haven't. It's a quirk, but it can get very annoying. Rust is the highest paced game I've ever played. PUBG comes in a close second, but I will leave a review for that later. The sense of adrenaline when you somehow are able to kill a fully geared guy with a rock and bow is intense. You have no idea of the feeling until you have experienced it. Your heart beating, the constant watch over your back as for returning friends or a clan. You did itch when you're so concentrated and you resist, so for that one split second you are vulnerable. The single most best feeling in the world is the sense of relief of when you are able to close that door behind you in your base with a massive amount of loot in your inventory. The PvP aspect of this game is like no other. However, at times it can be a battle of how many medical supplies you brought with you to how many 10-foot high walls you can carry. It seems unrealistic, but that's because it is. Rust's PvP mechanic is like no other. It is very unique, it takes time to master, but with patience, which is definitely the top thing you need while playing Rust, you can perfect your skills. I recommend dedicated PvP servers, and just general time to put into the game to better your skills. Oh, and also watch Beach Heals, what a god. All this talking, and I haven't even mentioned that this is in fact a survival game. The survival aspects, other than not getting killed by other players, is definitely a con to Rust, as I have personally never died by the cold, heat, hunger, thirst, and genuine environmental survival aspects. Rust lacks in that distinct hardness, unlike other survival games, but be warned, stay away from bears and wolves. They are deadly, trust me. By the way, roleplayers are welcome. Well, sorta. You'll figure it out. You know who you are. Ability to adapt. Ability to adapt in Rust is harsh. The learning curve is so huge, race car drivers even hit them. Genuinely, if you are just getting into Rust or thinking of buying, prepare to be killed hundreds of times before getting to where all these experienced players are. Rust developers over at Facepunch have their targets locked on making this game way easier to learn with their learning tips and prompts, which is sure to help new players. Community. Rust's general community is toxic AF. When hopping into the world of Rust, especially on Australian servers, be prepared to be shat on and teased, sworn at, told you're trash mate, and etc. until you decide to crawl up in a ball and wish you were dead. Okay, it's not that bad. Could be worse, could be PUBG. The Rust skin community is thriving, with better and more designs on people's favourite in-game items, such as chairs, fridges, and all those amazing things no one uses. Nah, I'm kidding. The art community is amazing. If you want to see some great work, please follow Xtab who I'll leave a link in the description below for you to go check out. Xtab releases the most and best quality skins in my opinion. Success. Rust's success, I feel, has boomed within the last year. It may have slowed down, but the influx of new players are still there. Experienced and long-time players like me have started to part ways, especially with all the recent changes in the systems. But still, I don't see Rust falling off the face of the earth like Armor did. Moment of silence. But still, it's going to slow down, one way or another, just like any other game. Uniqueness. Rust is a very original and unique game, from its frog boots to its original game soundtrack, of which I adore so much. It definitely stands out in the crowd. Rust brings a whole new of insight to the survival game genre, which kinda defeats all the competition in my eyes, and raises the bar pretty high. Now, I will move on to the scores. Visually, I give it a 9 out of 10. Genuine, original design is what I crave for. Keep up the great work, Facepunch, I really appreciate it. Gameplay is a 9 out of 10. Again, very unique, as I've never seen survival aspects put into a form the same as Rust, except for its copies. Ability to adapt, I give a 3 out of 10. This game is hard, it is harsh, it is unforgiving. The learning curve is astonishingly horrible. This game needs to improve in its ways to teach new players how to play, which I can give the team at Facepunch gratitude of this is where they are focusing in. Community, I give a 6 out of 10. The player base is toxic, with rare sights of people who don't kill on sight, and reviving the score with great artists who involve their time with their masterpieces. Success, I give a 9 out of 10. This game gets a 9 out of 10 in its success rate, as it was hugely successful in early access. This game recreated itself twice, and the whole game mechanics changed 3 times. As you can see, a lot of thought was put into this game, and it worked out well. Finally, I give Uniqueness an 8 out of 10. The original main music gives me senses of the good old days of Rust, and the frog boots. Like seriously, just look at them. Overall, this game gets a 44 out of 60, which is definitely a good score, and the reason why this is one of my most favourite games of all time. So that was my honest review on Rust. If you enjoyed my content, or want to add something that I missed, please let me know in the comment section below. Leave a like, and if you feel like I deserve it, please input your mouse into that subscribe button below. Peace out.